All right, let's see what's happening here. Okay. All right, it looks like we're broadcasting there. Can't be 100% sure about that, but hopefully so. And let's see if we go over to the YouNow side of things. It says I'm live. I'm number 10 on Ask Questions. All right, so there. GMT. All right, good morning. Number 6 on Ask Questions, and nobody's joined the room yet. That's pretty good. All right, no worries. Let's see. Let's go over to the Facebook side of things and see what we've got over there. See who's signing. We've got 4 people in the room. Let's see. Hey, good morning there. How you doing? I'm trying to find out, see who's here. I'm going to share this out on to a page that I have just to let other people know that we are broadcasting here. Save it to that page. All right, that sounds good. So, hello, Mindy. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Yes? We're having a Q&A session here on Be Live. Here. I'm glad you're here. So what's happening? Merry Christmas. That is so true. Merry Christmas. Let's see. Now, S.A., good morning. You're here and you are watching on Facebook Live. Well, good morning to you. And let's see. And Subdeacon Chuck, Charles, Merry Christmas and Happy Nativity. Yes. Blessings. Dustin, God bless you. Good morning. Good to see you. So we're greeting people on the Facebook Live side of things and on YouNow at the same time. This is where we're just getting the room populated. We are here in Fort Lauderdale on the boat. Really? Now, you can't argue about being in Fort Lauderdale on the boat, right? Yeah, that sounds good. Well, I am in the St. Andrew Rectory here, and it is starting to get chilly. I don't know what's going on here, but it's getting really cold. Somebody must have left the air conditioning on all night. And if you're on YouNow, you're not able to see what. Chuck, got to run to work, but wanted to do a drive-by and say hello. Thank you, Subdeacon Charles. God bless you. Good to see you. All right. SA is watching. All right, good. Here's the 36 degrees, and you get all the tropical weather up there. I'm not going to be jealous. So, anyway, just a little. I had a comment. What was so funny? Yeah, let me just blab a little bit. Can I blab, even though blab is no longer in existence? I just want to blab. Moving from this is nuts. Okay, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. Hello, radio silence. That's reindeer silence. Did you like my reindeer joke the other day? Yeah, it's Rudolph the Red. He's the Viking up in Norway. Norway. He walks outside and he looks up at the sky and he comes back in and he says, "It's going to rain, my honey." And his wife asked Rudolph, says, Rudolph, how can you know that it's going to rain? He said, because Rudolph knows rain, dear. No, what is it? Rudolph knows rain, my dear. Anyway, I messed the whole punchline up. So strike that, reverse that. Boom. All right, forget that joke. All right, here's what I'm saying. When we were ending morning prayers, and I'm doing the prayers and reading the prayers this morning, somebody made a comment. It sounds so robotic and monotonous. are unemotional. No, it sounds so robotic and unemotional. That was the comment by one dude on YouNow. And I thought about that. Years ago I would have said the same exact thing. But here's my answer to that. Honestly, okay? Now, there's a difference between vain repetition, and there's a difference between just reading something. There's a difference between praying something. But listen to this. Let's say I'm praying a prayer out of the prayer. I'm reading the psalm. Let's pick Psalm number 3, okay? Which goes like this. And it's a part of the morning prayers or matins. Lord, how many are my foes? Many are rising against me. Many are saying of him, there is no help for him in God, but you are a shield about me, my glory and the lifter of my head. I cry aloud to the Lord, and he answers me from his holy hill. I lie down and sleep, and I wake again, for the Lord sustains me. I am not afraid of 10,000s of people who have set themselves against me round about. Arise, O Lord, deliver me, O my God. For you strike all of my enemies on the cheek. You break the teeth of the wicked. Deliverance belongs to the Lord. Your blessing be upon your people. All right. So if I'm praying that prayer, or any of the other prayers that the church has prayed, and I sound unemotional or robotic, what does that mean? Do you think that God is going to answer my prayers more because I go, ooh, oh yes, God answered my prayers, God answered my prayers. So the Lord told us to worship in spirit and in truth, not emotion and whatever feels good. Now this is kind of crazy because I was raised Baptist, Southern Baptist. Anybody Southern Baptist out there? That's how I was raised. And I got tired of going to church because we would go to church and we would sing almost the same songs. We would go through this boring, and it got so boring. I mean, I played the organ in the church, and to me it was just so boring. And I mean, the guys in the choir, they would sing good, but there was no into it. There was no into it. Well, down at the First Assembly of God Church, I mean, you'd go down there, and when they're singing, I'm camping in Canaan's land, man, they are happy. They are full of the joy of the Lord. And I'm thinking, something's different. So I as soon as I could, got out of the Baptist church, went and joined the First Assembly of God Church, and enjoyed the worship, would enter into praise and worship, and you could feel it. Okay? And then throughout the history, then I come to find out, later on down the pike here, that all this a lot of that stuff is just plain old emotion. Plain old emotion. And listen, my friends, emotion's not going to last forever. It just doesn't. So, you need to pray with your spirit, and you need to pray with fervor. And you need to put all into it. Your spirit, soul, body, mind, will, emotions, whatever, when you pray. Okay? But just because something sounds robotic or emotionless does not mean that God is not in it. All right? Nor does it imply that God is in it if it's emotionless. Just because somebody stands up here and does this, doesn't mean God's in that either. So be careful how we judge. And that's the message for today. Be careful how we judge. And, the thing is important is our hearts in the Lord. Are we in communication with our spiritual father, spiritual mother? Are we following in emotion or worshiping in spirit and in truth? And it was the whole deal about worshiping in spirit and in truth. That phrase that Jesus said to the Samaritan woman that embarked me on this quest towards orthodoxy. Because I wanted to know, if Jesus told the Samaritan woman to worship the Father in spirit and in truth, then I wanted to see how the Samaritan woman worshiped. Do they worship the same way that 21st century Americans do? I don't think so. All right? And that was the clincher. So that was the whole journey. How did Lazarus, whom Jesus raised from the dead, how did they worship? Mary and Martha and Philip and Andrew and all these guys. How did they, Peter and Paul? How about Zacchaeus? How about Matthew? How about the Ethiopian eunuch? How did these guys worship God? And it is surprisingly different than what most people call worship today. Anyway, that's just food for thought. All right, I'm going to go. God bless you. Have a fantastic day, and be blessed. All right, guys, on YouNow. I just shut that down on the Facebook side of things, I think. You're not connected. Yeah. Okay, bye-bye, Facebook. All right, so does anybody have any questions over here on the YouNow side of things before I shut down? Hey, Caitlin, how are you doing? God bless you. Hi, how are you? I'm doing fine. Radio silence. So anyway, I just was stopping in for just doing a little quick Q&A. And we'll be, Lord willing, we'll be back tomorrow at 7:30 for morning prayers. Bright and shiny. God bless you. Have a fantastic day. We will catch you later.